Hi, it's Rachel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Rachel and I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2010, but for the past 3 years have been living more or less pain-free just by cutting out gluten, dairy, and soy. Now, I say almost pain-free because I've recently discovered there's still a few things that cause fibro flares. Unfortunately, I have to admit this to all of you guys, I do still get the occasional fibro flare. The good thing is they normally last about a day and then completely disappear. So the few things that do cause fibro flares still, one is lack of sleep. Sleep is super important, and I know with fibromyalgia it is so hard to sleep, mostly because you're in pain and you can't get comfortable and you can't relax. But there actually is a symptom of fibromyalgia that says you don't really get into those deep REM cycles that you need. And so if you are having trouble sleeping, you might notice that when you wake up in the morning, your fibro is a little bit worse. At least that's what I noticed for me. If I try to pull an all-nighter like I used to when I was younger, I will definitely feel the effects in the morning. 2 is stress. And I know this sounds so hippie of me, like you just need to be less stressed and then you won't feel fibro. No, it doesn't work that way. But stress does cause your fibro flares to get worse. I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I was a teacher, I would be on edge a lot, you know, constantly on. For you who are teachers, you know what I mean. And I realized that if I was having a flare and my blood pressure started rising, or I was just getting stressed out, the knots in my back, or like the tender points, would get harder and harder, and the pain would actually like escalate up my neck and it would get really bad. So something that is also really important is to learn how to de-stress. And I know that is so much easier than said. Scratch that. Easier said than done. But it really is important, and whether that is by writing in a journal or going to yoga or changing your mindset or going to a therapist, you know, whatever it is that you need to do to de-stress, you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. And then the third one, which is new, yay, is your period. Your period, or at least for me, causes a fibro flare. It really sucks. I mentioned in a past video, I talked to my doctor about this. She isn't surprised. A lot of women with health issues notice that those health issues ramp up during their period. Thankfully for me, it's only a couple days and then it goes away. But it's that third one that sparked this idea of this video, because guess who's currently having a fibro flare? This girl. So those are the things that cause fibro flares for me. And I wanted to share with you guys a few things that help my fibro flares. Now, I need to preface this with saying just because these things help me does not mean it'll help you. I know, I really hate saying that. I wish I had all the answers and I wish I could say, do this and it'll definitely help. But everybody's different. Everybody's fibro is different. What works for one person might not work for the other. But if it works for me, there's a chance it will work for you. And so if you were like me, where you're at your wit's end and you are willing to try anything, these are the things that I recommend. So the first thing that has helped me with fibro flares are Icy Hot Patches. Now, these are actually the Walgreens brand. It's just because they're cheaper. These are the cool and heat patches. Now, it's just menthol. It's meant to relax your muscles. I used to use the cream. You're probably a lot more familiar with the Icy Hot cream. You put it on your muscles. I used to do it in high school back when I was a dancer, but since being diagnosed with fibro, I discovered the patches and I think they're so much better. It's literally just a flexible patch, kind of like a Band-Aid. It has Icy Hot on it, or the fake Icy Hot, and then like a clear protective plastic thing. So you peel that off, you stick it on, and I stick it on in my upper back. That's normally where I get like the worst like knots, basically. And if you have fibro, you might know what I mean. It's the tender points, but you can almost feel like a knot forming from your muscles contracting. So I put those over it and it just releases the muscle. Will it get rid of your fibro pain? No, it does not get rid of the pain. The only thing that I found that gets rid of the pain is going gluten, dairy, and soy free. That's it. But will it make me feel better? Yes. And so when I'm having a bad flare, like I had one on Friday night and I can't sleep, I put 1 or 2 of these patches on my back. I laid down on my back so that the pillow or the bed kind of like presses it against my body, and I just breathe into it. And I've noticed that that helps temporarily, at least for me, to be able to fall asleep. So the second thing that helps me is a hot shower. And that was something that I did on Friday night when I couldn't sleep. I was in pain, and so I ended up just getting out of bed and I got in the shower, and I like the water super, super hot. Again, the water just kind of relaxes my muscles, gets me to breathe, gets me to calm down. Now, I have heard from some people with fibro that showers do not help them. In fact, it makes it worse for them, just because their skin is overstimulated. If you are the type of person that's like that, then, you know, skip that. But for me, the hot shower really, really helps. Third is distraction. When I'm in the middle of a fibro flare, if I think about it, it will be worse. And it's the strangest thing. If I think about the pain, it will actually feel like it intensifies. And so one of the best things that I can do for me is just distracting myself. So instead of laying in bed, feeling sorry for myself, feeling in pain, that's why I got up, I moved around, and I took a shower. Now, if you can distract yourself maybe by watching YouTube videos, or if you, sometimes I distract myself by just cleaning my apartment, just doing whatever you can to get your mind off the pain. Again, it won't take it away, but in my opinion, it does kind of lessen the sting of it. Speaking of cleaning my apartment, the other thing that works for me is if I'm having a fibro flare, I have to move. If I lay in bed or lay in the couch or sit still, the pain just amplifies. Now, I don't know if that's just me. I've heard from people with fibro that say they can't move at all. It hurts to move and all they can do is stay still. I am the exact opposite. I don't know why. But if I lay still, especially just like sitting on the couch, the pain will just start going down my legs, will start going down my arms. So what I've been doing is going for a walk. Now, obviously you can't do this at 2 o'clock in the morning when my fibro flare struck me. But if it's during the day, like today, my legs kind of have a little pain from it. Again, from my period. Thanks, Mother Nature. So I'm going to the aquarium with one of my friends and I'm going to be walking around. Now, I do have to take it slow because with fibromyalgia, you also get the chronic fatigue. And if you push yourself too much, let's say by going for a run or by deciding that you're going to clean your apartment from top to toe so that you exhaust yourself, it's only going to make it worse. But going for a walk around the block, going grocery shopping and walking very slowly through the grocery store, going to the aquarium, stopping, looking at fish, anything that you can do that's just kind of like a slow movement, I found really, really helps. That also is another distraction, right? So moving around, doing things, the movement helps, and then also the distraction helps. If you can't move, let's say the pain is too great and you're just gonna have to sit in bed, but the pain is causing those knots in your back or your legs or any part of your body, I found something that really helps me. Now, I'm going to warn you before I put this on camera, it does look a little scary. I've had this sitting in my living room and people have given me weird looks when they see it, thinking that it's either some sort of torture device or, you know, one of those toys. It's not. It is this thing. This is made out of hard plastic, and you can see it's got a bunch of little nubs on it. It has a name, I can't remember the name of it now, but what I will do is I will find this on Amazon and I will link it down below for those of you who are interested in it. I actually purchased this from Groupon. I don't think they have it anymore, but I do know you can get it from Amazon. What this is to release any knots that you have in your back. Some of you might have significant others at home that can give you a back massage. Some of you don't. And you know, when Jake's not home, sometimes I need to just do it myself. So these little nubs, you find where that really hard muscle is, where your muscle's contracting because of the pain. You put the nub on that hard point, and then when you push away, this is designed in such a way that it will push into your muscle. So it's kind of like foam rolling, if that makes sense. It's the, what's the term? The microfascial release? I don't know if that's the right term. But this is nice. It actually really works if you do have that type of pain that causes those nodules in your back, or even if you don't have fibro or you know somebody who exercises a lot, maybe they do CrossFit a lot and they just get those really hard knots all over their back, maybe their chest is really tight. You can, you know, use all of these different nubs to work all the way up and down your back, to work along your neck, to work your chest, anything you want in order to get those muscles to release. And finally, if the distraction doesn't work, if the Icy Hot Patch doesn't work, if the weird torture device on your back doesn't work, if walking around your neighborhood doesn't work, and I am in tears because the pain is so bad, I do have a prescription to Vicodin. There's 30 pills in here. I would say in the last year, I've taken 5, maybe. Normally the prescription, or I should say, normally the pills expire before I get a chance to use them all. I do find that Vicodin helps somewhat. I can't take Vicodin during the day. One, because I feel like it just, I don't know, like I don't want to be taking medicine and going to work, but I do use it on the very small occasions when I'm trying to sleep and I can't sleep because the pain is too much. I take a Vicodin, I put an Icy Hot Patch on, and I try to relax. But you know, I need to be real with you guys and say, yes, I still have painkillers, because yes, I still occasionally feel pain, especially if I go and I eat gluten or I eat dairy. That's normally when the pain's the worst. All the other times, you know, the pain is there, but it's manageable. But yeah, if I eat, I don't know, if I eat a ton of birthday cake or I eat a ton of ice cream because I really, really want to, I'll get a fibro flare and then I'll have the Vicodin if I need it. So yeah, so that's kind of what causes fibro flares in me, what helps my fibro flares. I did want to mention there are a few things that I haven't tried or I have tried and I really haven't noticed a difference. One of the things that I get asked a lot is magnesium. This is the Super Mag powdered magnesium. Basically, it's just like a powder. You put this in hot water, like boiling water, and it dissolves, and I drink this. Now, I've been told magnesium can help with fibro flares. I've been told that it has kind of like a relaxing property. So if you're having trouble sleeping, you put a little bit in some hot water. I personally think this tastes like lemonade. Not lemonade, but like a hot tea with lemon. You know, it's about as relaxing as a cup of tea. I personally didn't notice any effects whatsoever on my fibro. I didn't notice any effects on me being de-stressed. The one benefit that this had was it helped me poop. Yeah, we talk about poop on this channel. Welcome. So that was nice, but for me, this just, I don't know, it didn't work. Other things that people have asked me if I have tried, which I haven't, I've heard Epson salt baths can help. I haven't tried those personally, although I have been thinking about trying it just because Epsom salt is really not that expensive. You can get it at Walgreens or CVS, and it can be really good to release any muscle cramping or anything like that. I do work out. I lift weights about 5 days a week now, and you know, my muscles get sore. And yeah, so I'm gonna try that, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really talk about it much. I also have not tried acupuncture. Now, one of my viewers is going to be trying acupuncture, and so I'm really excited to hear what she says, if it helps her at all. So yeah, so if you've tried acupuncture and it has helped or hasn't helped, let me know in the comments below, just to see maybe that's something that I would be interested in trying. So that's it for today. If there are things that I have not mentioned in this video that really help you when you're having a fibro flare, please put them in the comments below so that we can all learn from each other. But like I said, I'm off to the aquarium and I'm probably running late. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Other thing, okay, putting that down. Okay, you, crap, I don't know what to say.